Hey guys, this is Meenu from IACAE. We do provide tutorials to CAD, CA, CMD, MBD on different softwares. This is our number and you can contact it. We are Altair Authorized Professional Training Center, and today's topic will be brick meshing of a sphere. As we all do know about hex meshing, that's not easy for an CA engineer to do for a complex object. Then today's task will be just to letting you know how to do a hex meshing of a sphere part. This is a sphere, and this is the final result here. So we need to achieve this final result of by brick meshing of this sphere. We can see that it's following all the element criteria of Jacobian, war pages, and other factors. So to do that, first we will need to make a 1/8 of a sphere. Basically, 1/8 of a sphere is fundamental unit for us, because 1/8 of a sphere can be used to generate the rest of the sphere by following the reflect command, as it is a symmetrical part. To measure the 1/8 of a sphere, first we will need to create a cube in the center of the one eighth part, so that we can do the solid mapping for the faces that are being generated here. So first we will do the 3D meshing of the sphere, 3D meshing of the cube. So that for doing the 3D meshing of the cube, we will follow the general drag commands. Then we will have three of the faces facing toward the sphere. Then we will use these three of the spheres to measure the 1/8 part of the sphere. So that could look like this, and then from this 1/8 of the sphere we'll be completing the whole of our square, needed square. So now we can turn to the hypermesh profile and we can see how we can do this. The basic steps are we'll be following are these, and if there are addition, I'll let you know. So we can start with hypermesh. Okay, so this is now the hypermesh profile. So here we'll be creating brick meshing the sphere. So first we need to create a sphere, then 1/8 part of a sphere, then we can start the brick meshing. So first, before the 1/8 part, we will first create a cube. Let's say the cube dimensions be like 25 cross 25 cross 25, the length, breadth, height. So start with the first creating origin. Now creating another node at 25. Now I'll be using different tools, so that making the process quite easier, as with geometry it would be like not that easy. So by duplicating, we just can duplicate the nodes and providing the z-axis, translating it to 25 millimeter. Now I can translate it, so I can see that these nodes are duplicated to 25 millimeter distance. Now selecting all the nodes, duplicating them, and now just checking it to the y-axis at 25. So now I have a whole cubic node for the cube. Now I need to make arcs for my 1/8 part of the sphere. Let's say the radius of the sphere we 100 mm. So first start with making arcs in the line geometry section. In lines we can have the arcs. Okay, for arc I'm going to select the arc center radius. For this I'll go to for the y-axis, I will select the 0 axis part. Now I'll provide an radius of 100 mm and angle of 90 degree, because what do we need in the 1/8 part of a sphere? So that would be like this. If I have this, this looks okay. Now for the z-axis, I will be creating the same here, and let's see what happens. Okay, now I have the node here. Now for the x-axis, I can see, am I getting the x-axis right away right now? It's like no, I'm not getting it. So I will reject it in any of the case if it's not correct. So rejecting would just remove the current creation. Now for another way of making an arc would be like from the circle. Now I will create an x-axis node at here, and radius, creating a circle. Now I need to remove the part of the circle that is not the part that cannot be part of the one edge of the sphere. So removing it, we'll go to line edit. Line edit, we'll go to split that line. I'll select the line and I will cut lines as these lines. I'll split here. Then again I will select this line and I will split the I'll select the cut line as this one. And now I guess we are good to delete the unnecessary lines, and from lines I will select these lines. Okay, now I can remove it, so I have the 182. Now what I can do is creating nodes in the line. First I will create a surface. Okay, so for surface I will go the spline section. I will remove auto remove all this tangency thing. Now again I will select the line and I will create. So I have the 182 as part of this sphere. Now what else I need is this cube. Okay, the cube is being can be. Now I need to create nodes in the in this process. So for creating nodes, I will go to nodes. Now I will go to extract on line. Extract on line. I will create three nodes as because I will be needing a node in the center also. So the three node will be like initial position, final position, and the center position of the line. I will select the line and I will click on create. Yeah, I guess I have the three nodes in the variable line, so I will do the same here. Now I will be creating a node in the middle of this sphere, so that I can split the sphere in equal parts. So for creating the middle node, I will do what I will just pass the diagonal. I'll translate the diagonal node to the to the surface of the sphere. For that I can do many things, but let's say I will make it simple. I will select this node. I will click on duplicate. I will duplicate. I will choose the direction as n1 n2, and for n1 I will be defining this, and for n2 I will be choosing the diagonal one, and for the magnitude I will be giving the dimension of the radius of this sphere. So now I have a perfect node in the radius, perfect node in the surface. Okay, now what can be done is splitting the surface. Okay, for splitting, what else I will be needing is I'll go to geometry, surface edit. I'll choose the multiple noding. I will go to surface. I will select node list. Now I can see that of this surface need this. I will select the surface so that the available surfaces of cube is directly related to the facing the surfaces of the sphere. So this can be made like this node and this node. Now again clicking on the surface. Now clicking the node list. This surface to this surface. Now again node list and this surface to this surface. Now we have divided the 1/8 path of the sphere. Okay, that's look good. Now what we can do is create lines. That for creating lines, I'll go to line section. I'll say the node list. I will select the node list. Now I will define lines that will be joining the nodes. Okay, to provide the direction, I will letting you how it is going to provide the direction. So first of all, let's join the basic line. First, the peripheral line. Okay. Now the most importantly, these lines for creating a direction. Now this line and this or this diagonal. Okay. So I have quite made the line. Now I'll be making the 3D surface. Okay. So first of all, for the 3D surface, I will go to the return section. I'll go to 2D. I'll go to splines. I'll go to nodes. Okay. Nodes. Okay. Now I'll select the nodes of the base of the cube. I will click on create. Let's see what happens. It's a 3 by 3 node is perfect. The node element size of 10, I guess. Yeah, it's good. Element size of 10 will do. Okay. Now I will go to the 3D part. I will go to drag. I will go to drag elements. I will select the elements. I will go to direction. I will define n1 direction and n2 direction. For distance, I prefer going to the n2 to n1 direction. On drag, I'd be like 3 node because this is a cube. So I will doing the drag plus, and I can see the perfect. Now what else I will be needing will be the faces, 2D. These all are the 3D elements. Okay, I do need 2D elements for the solid mapping. For 2D element, I will go create a 2D element in the each faces. For 2D element, I will go into tools faces. Faces will create 2D element in the faces the component. I will search in the component and I will click on find faces. So I can see the component of face component is being created with the 2D elements in it. Okay, I can see the 2D element is just a wrap around the 3D elements. Okay, so 2D elements are here. Now what else I will be doing? I will be going to 3D. I will be going to solid mapping. The first thing I will be like source, I will choose to none. Elements to drag, I will be choosing the elements that are needed to be dragged like by face. For the destination, for the top surface, I will choose the top part of the cube. Okay, top part is there. For the along geometry, I will be defining lines. So these are the lines that will bound my uh, the bound my geometry. And now I will check the element size, that is 10, exactly the element size of the cube. Now I will click on mesh. I can observe the perfect mesh is being created here. Okay, uh, now I guess there's no issue with it. Now I can do the same with the other part, with the other elements. Okay, with the other spaces like element, can choose the elements here like can check the two commands here also. You can check the element size if it's being following the criteria or not. For checking the element criteria, either you can go click on tools and check element, or simply you can click F10. F10 will give you the direct toggle for the element check. Now go to 3D. Just go to Jacobian and see if the Jacobian is 0.59, that is well enough. The warpage is well enough for 10.16 and the element size is good for 4.77. So we are following the element criteria well enough. Now again returning to the part here. Okay, we need to select the repeat the same process for all the three sides that are facing the sphere. So by face, now again selecting the surface. Okay, now selecting line. The line should be the one that is along the geometry. Mesh size now. Okay, the only one thing that is left is the this space. Now solid map again. General elements to drag will be the elements of 2D elements here. By face. Okay. Now surface to destination surface is this one. Along the lines. Lines are the ones that are being dragged here. Okay. Now we do have a perfect 1/8 of sphere. Now what else I do need to do? What else I need to do is these are the elements dragged, but they need to be equivalent. Then equivalence need to be done along the component, along the edges. So for checking it, first go to click on the component, go to find edges, and you might see there are edges between it. Just remove hide the solid map faces and auto. So you can see there are edges that need to be that are because uh, the elements are not being equivalent. So first for me doing the equivalent process, just toggle the solid map and the meshes. Now go to select the component and then provide a tolerance of 1 mm and just click on the preview equivalence. So these are the nodes that need to be done equivalence. So click on equivalence. To recheck the equivalence, just increase it to say 4 and just do the preview equivalence. You can see there are no nodes remaining. So it is a perfect equivalence. Okay. Now again what I need to do is following the reflect command, so completing it a square, completing the sphere. So from the reflect command, select the elements, okay, uh, and then duplicate them. Then original command, then check the axis as x-axis first. Let the base node be the center node here. Now reflect it. Okay, here is the reflection. Now it's 1/4 of a sphere. Now just again from Shift F3 you can get the equivalence menu. Equivalence, process the equivalence option again. Every time I do a reflect, I need to complete the equivalence. Okay, then again on the reflect panel, go select all the elements, do the duplicate and original component, and then again select the axis. Okay, this is perfect. Now I can see this y axis needed to be then select the y axis, select the base node in the center one and reflect it. Now I can see it's one half of a sphere. Now again I need to do shift F3, select the component, preview equivalence and equivalence. You can complete the equivalence at the end of the reflection process, or you can complete it even after every step. It's up to you. Now again, I will select the elements. I will check it if it's not complete in the Z direction. So I will go to duplicate original component. I will select the Z axis. I will select the base node in the as a center. That's here. Okay. Now I'll press the reflect, and if you complete here, just you need to complete the equivalence process. Just do the equivalence, preview equivalence, equivalence, delete the edges. Now delete the facets from here. These are being deleted. Okay. Now I have 3D components all around here. I can check the meshing by just marking the one part of it and the inner part is like the perfect brick meshing of a sphere is being achieved. Okay. You can check the equivalence by just open the mask panel, select one element and just click on attach plus mask. So if any of the element is remaining, that means that's not being connected to the main element. If every of the element is being masked, then it's perfectly connected. Just go to temporary nodes, clear all and unmask all. Okay. Now I have a perfect brick meshing of it. That you can check the element criteria also again. Length is being fulfilled, warpage is being okay, and Jacobian is 0.59. That's perfect. So thank you guys.